Welcome back, everybody. Here is another tone. As you can tell, this is a lead tone. And if it reminds you of a certain guitar player, that's up to you. I don't want to give it away, but I designed all these tones with certain genres, songs, bands, guitar players in mind. But to make this series interesting, I just labeled them tones 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that you can name these, call these tones, name them freely, however you choose to. So if it reminds you of this, more so than that, then that's up to you, and then that's totally cool. All right, so this tone is a lead guitar tone, and real fast, I'm using the Boss eBand JS-10. These tones are already locked in. I'm going to show you the settings. They're already done, so go ahead and lock it in. Once they're locked in, feel free to tweak them. Add some of this, take some of this off, tweak it, make it better, make it your own. And lastly, these tones are yours. So again, if these tones remind you of anybody, any song genre, and you like it, great. I thank you for it. Truly appreciate it. And this way you can call it however you want to save it on your rig. All right, let's begin. I'm using a combo crunch amp. There's my gain and my level. And as you can tell, I have 120 for my gain. That's obviously full blast. That may be a 10 for you, or 100, or it could be 5 o'clock. So look at it as you would a clock if you don't have those parameters. Just like level says 60, that's at what, 1 o'clock, right? So you can do it that way also. Lastly, if I play certain riffs or licks, doesn't mean that this tone is from this particular guitar player or band. I'm just coming up with stuff on the fly so that you can hear the tone, how it's going to sound with you. But you can play whatever you want to play. But if I'm playing a Dawkins song or a Kiss song, doesn't mean it's a Kiss patch or a Dawkins patch. So again, you can call it whatever you want to. All right, so there is my combo crunch, gain, and level. Let's go to the next parameter. There's my bass, my middle, my treble, and my presence. Right, let's go to the next parameter. Again, don't mind my noodling. All right, for this tone patch, I have bright off and Q T-comp at 0. Even though it's on, if you don't have this, this is the default. So if you don't have it, it will not affect your tone. Don't worry about it. Oh, I don't have that. You don't need it. It just happens to be a default on my menu. And pretty much I keep it like that. Usually, most of the time, I keep it like this. But it's just default, so it's not going to affect your tone or this patch. All right, for this tone, I have no limiter, no compressor. Look at the bottom right. Always look at the bottom right if you have to. It'll let you know if a certain effect is on or off. In this case, it's off, so we're going to go through the next menu, which is the compressor because it's highlighted. Ignore it because it's off. We're not using compressor. For this tone, these are all my distortions and overdrives. Boss eBand JS-10 has a bunch of overdrive and distortions to choose from. MXR, Ibanez, Boss, Rat, DOD, Fuzz. For this particular tone, I'm using a Boss Overdrive Clean Boost. right, let's get into the Overdrive Clean Boost. You want to hear what this sounds like without it? Look. I just turned it off, right? See the bottom right? It's off. This is what that same tone sounds like without the Clean Boost. Turn it back on. It's just added sustain, so I added it for sustain. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it. So these are my settings for the Clean Boost Overdrive. There's my drive, bottom, tone, and effect level. All right, let's go next into the parameters. There's my noise gate. See, I have it right at 50, so go ahead and put it right at 50, give or take. For this tone patch, I do have EQ, so we're going to go through the parameters of the EQ. You can tell because look at the bottom right, it's on. To show you what this sounds like without the EQ, I'm going to turn it off right now. Now I'm going to turn up my guitar, listen. I'm going to turn the EQ on. A little bit more gain, more sustain, more bite. All right, so there is my first parameters of the EQ, low gain, high gain, and level. Next, we got our low mid frequency, low mid Q, and low mid gain. Again, just go ahead and copy it as you see it, as best you can, play with it. There's my high mid frequency, high mid Q, and high mid gain. And lastly, we're going to get into the low cut and high cut. Those are all my EQ settings for this tone patch. Again, I'm just noodling around, so, oh, that sounds like, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it sounds like me. All right, what's next? Okay, for this, we have a phaser. If you want to see what it sounds like without the phaser, look. That is the tone without the phaser. I have a phaser for this tone, so it sounds like this. So that doesn't sound good. All right, let's go into the parameters of the phaser. There is the phaser parameters. There's my type, rate, depth, and resonance. Doesn't that sound good? I just made up that riff. Now picture the drums. I'm going for the drums. Listen. And then the singer goes, ah! I love sounding like myself. Notice how I don't sound or play like anybody? Did you notice that? I sound like nobody. Even though my main influence is Ace, really, I can honestly say I have my own style and my own playing technique. You're all Tony, where's the tone? All right, so there's the phaser. We're almost done with this. All right, isn't this series fun? All right, so for this, obviously I have delay. Listen. Almost like a slap, but it's not. But it's a one repeat. So there it is, 450 milliseconds, 10 feedback, high cut 8, and effect level 83. I love that riff. I just want to add some drums and some bass and come in with a scream. Then boom, boom, boom. I used to sing, but I can't sing now. All right, so we're almost done. We have one more parameter and we're out of here. All right, so there it is. There is the reverb. Hall, reverb time, high cut, and effect level. All right, there you have it. There is a lead guitar tone. You can play some good rhythm. Great for soloing, nice delays. Again, play with it. Add some more reverb, take some off. Add some more delay, take some off. Tweak it, make it your own, make it sound good through your rig. This tone is already complete. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, leave them below. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all in the next video.